Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hit it.
Hey, folks, a little technical diff, but we're here, we're queer, we're back, and we're fat.
We're fat, we're gay, and yeah, we got some technical difficulties. Chuck committed suicide again, so we got Big Roop
You're welcome.
in his place.
Audience.
Rupert is here, and
yeah.
we had some mix-up. We had the chords look like Christmas Vacation Christmas
Yeah, it
lights.
was a dingle-dangle-dungle out there. A dongle. That's a funny thing.
I just got texted by Mariano Dongo.
Oh, really?
Love the Dongo.
Hey, dongo. Dongarees.
I hate this when you get a text that says, "You in the city right now?"
Oh.
All right. Yeah, podcasting. Never mind. I'll hit you up another time. But he's a filmmaker, so I'm like, oh, what if he was shooting Back to the Future 7?
Oh, and he needs you.
Yeah.
You got to go back to the future.
By the way, I still got a lingering jizz. I hate the linger.
I hate a linger jizz.
I'd rather be sick, because when you're sick, you're like, you can cancel stuff, you sit home, you
Right.
watch movies, anything you do is bonus. But when you got the linger, now I'm 100%, I'm walking
Yes.
around, I'm doing shit, but I got the
Now you're that guy.
and everybody hates you.
You have to let it linger. I had a cough fit on the plane the other day, and I was like, I'm sorry. Everybody was doing this one. And you just, it's like Theo Vaughn's joke. Coughing is the new N-word.
Yeah, they hate us, and but a lot of times it's a throat clear. I just have a little pube
Yeah.
in there, but the best way to get it out is to like a
Yeah, you got to jostle it.
yes.
You need enough torque to
Jos-
really get that cum off your hangy ball.
Yes, exactly. I got cum on my hangy ball, and how often does that happen? Because I've gotten blown a couple times in my life.
Sure, I remember doing it.
Yeah, and you shoot a hot load because when you jerk off, we're supposed to be clean the first minute, I think, for the
I
algorithm.
think we made about 48 seconds.
Yeah, but when you jerk, sometimes I jerk off and it just shoots right over my head.
Oh, those are the best.
So if a mouth was on that hangy ball is it's right in the clown's mouth, you know?
Yes, yeah, bing, you win a prize.
Yes. Well, the prize is a new boyfriend.
Well, you know, or a son, but, well, I guess not in the mouth. But
Yeah.
Mouth Can't Get Pregnant, Dave Attell album.
Yes.
But my lady always does the thing where I shoot it, and it, you know, I'm down here, and I shoot it up, and I get one that goes here, just some rogue, very ambitious jizz, and she always goes, that would have gotten me pregnant. That's the one.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, you're right.
Well, that's
Thank
fun.
God we shot it off to your tits, you lazy kook.
But I think you can get pregnant just from a spill. That's what's so crazy about
Oil?
pregnancy is that just a little pre-cum you can impregnate.
I know.
And then other times, you know, if your wife's in her 60s, you could blast everything in there and she ain't getting nothing.
Not a thing. Paint the walls, Jerry.
Yeah, cum is a fun thing to drink.
Sure. Pre-cum.
Rupert, you're making me nervous. You keep putting the headphones back on. We're okay? Okay.
I see. Yeah,
I got you.
It's very taut. We got a lot of wires. It's a rat's nest of cords and wires and semen.
A lot of stuff going on. It's great to see you. I got to keep it tight. I got a hot therapy appointment. We started about 30 minutes late because the cords were all. We blame Chuck.
According to Jim.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I said it a couple times when we were
Okay.
doing this. Yeah.
It's in my head.
Don't worry. It was off air. They never heard me. They'll just
right.
hear you.
Yeah, I got a lot to get into it.
All
You
right,
got a
get
lot.
it. Get it,
Well,
girl.
You want me to just dive right in your asshole and start looking around with a miner's light?
Just dive. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want a minor in my asshole again, but that was a whole heap of trouble.
Woo! At least he's in your asshole.
That's a good
that's
point.
a little better.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, slightly. The law
Slightly.
is going to see it the same way, but
You
the
think?
guys in the prison might not.
That's true.
The guys in the prison are like, you fucked a kid, get over here and suck me off.
Right.
But if you let a kid fuck you, the guys in the prison might be like, oh, that was nice. We're still
Yeah.
going to beat you.
It's a little halfway there because the kid had a good time, but he's still a kid.
Yeah, it's still traumatic, I think.
Is it? Depends on the kid.
All right.
Oh, boy. I'm sure there's some wild kids out there.
I think so.
Wild kiddom. But So here's a real wrench in your dick hole, because this is a new one.
Okay.
And I'm going to change the story a little bit because it's kind of mean.
All right.
So I don't want to be too mean to the person I'm about to attack.
Oh, you're getting older. You're wiser.
Aha!
You're growing up.
There you go. So I'm on a flight to, I think I was going to Spokane at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Got the seat open. Go, hey, look at me. Lucky day. Open seat. And then in comes old Michael Moore. I'm talking just a waddle and a half here coming down. And I go, this is going to be me. Giant, large Afro-Americane.
Okay.
And you go, all right, well, that's the breaks. What can you do? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. He sits down. B.O. like you wouldn't believe.
I suspected.
Now, I'm okay with B.O. I've had B.O. You like B.O., boa constrictor. But this was that milky, sour, that just putrid, rancid, something's off here, B.O.
Yeah, the deodorant's off.
Yes, it's off, baby. And it was not, I can handle like hey, this guy hit the gym or whatever. This was like, oh, you're like poisonous. Something's off with you. Like you got toxic chemical on you.
Yeah, it's not like a today BO. It's an everyday BO.
Yes.
It's like a Cal Ripken BO.
Beyond Cal. This
Yes.
is Californication. It's turned into something. It's mutated into like many things have connected. Sweat, spit, jizz, food, who knows what.
Clothes. I bet it's the clothes.
Might be the clothes.
The clothes conduct the BO, I think. 'Cause it might be a not shower, not washing, wearing it, and the clothes soak it.
Right.
Like a wet sock.
Yes, on a dry foot, conduct tape. So I couldn't handle it because I can do BO, but this was that sour one. That one's harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, oh, we got a 6-hour flight here.
Oh, boy.
I can't handle this. I'm not a stiff, queefy guy. I'm not easily turned, but I couldn't take it. And you forget about it, then you get a whiff, and then you forget, you get another whiff, and I go, bung. Now the lady comes trotting down, and I go, ma'am, I'm feeling a little unsafe.
Really?
Can I get a mask? I got a mask.
A mask.
A mask,
Okay.
Jerry. She goes, okay. And I was like, I don't want to get sick. I have an important meeting. I'm a liberal and all this. And she said, all right, you got it. Nobody questions the mask.
Mask is good.
I put a mask on. I went to sleep.
Did it help?
It helped. It fixed everything. Because the mask has a scent. Those new ones right out of the cellophane. It has
Yes.
that chemically whatever. And I was like, I was breathing all that mask in, and it felt good.
What now? Do you have any part of you? Does your ego get in there because you don't want to be the mask guy? Does it bother you that everyone's going, "Oh, we got one of these mask assholes over here"?
A mask hole. I'll tell you, the stench was so bad. You can tweet about me. You can take a photo, put me on Libs at TikTok, whatever it is. I'll take it because that's how bad I got old Milky back here with the putrid half and half.
Now, how was the breathing? Was he making noises? 'Cause
Yeah.
Usually, if there's a horrible BO, there's a lot of like.
A lot of
Luke.
a lot of no father, and he came down, and this is when it got worse. He hit all the boxes. Big guy, stinky, had the meal. He brought the meal on. Went hardcore ham on the meal. Had ham, and then the guy, we were in Delta Comfort, so the guy comes by and he goes, snacks, and you go, oh, what do you got? Fruit snacks, some chips there, maybe a Twix bar, and you're picking you one, and he goes, I'll take one of everything. So I was like, come on, man.
Wow.
Like, you're just hitting, you're the stereotype.
Yeah.
You're this guy. And then this is when it gets up a notch. I had to take the headphones out because I want to hear this guy every time he spoke. The lady comes by with the cart with the drinks, and he goes, I'll have a Cabernet. So she got the weird wine screw bottle out, hand him the wine. He pours it in. He's drinking Cabernet and Cheetos. I mean, the whole thing was bonkers.
Cabernet and Cheetos.
True story.
Woof.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's a lengthy flight, too, I might add.
Oh, yeah. I was just fascinated with this guy. And he was nice and whatever, but the sour.
Yes.
Sour is tough. I like a sour, but I can't do a patch
Well, he
kid.
needs to take a shower, so there's no sour.
Yeah, and there was no sweet either.
Oh.
Well, he ate some sweets, but sweet and sour is what I call them.
Yeah, pungent. That's tough. And then I'm always nervous, too, that people might think it's me, that you're like, it's not me that smells. Because sometimes a fart will happen, and you feel like saying to your neighbor, hey, I'm not the one farting, but maybe it's them.
Yeah, and I thought maybe I could do this a bit, but it didn't work. But secondhand scent is bad. We got secondhand smoke. Yeah, I don't want to smoke, but now I got to breathe your smoke. Well, I don't want to stink, but I got to breathe yours.
Right.
It's a rude.
It is rude.
Yeah, you're putting. I don't think he knows it anymore. It's he's gone. We got the neighbor. He's gone so far in that I think you get used to it. It's like a smoke alarm. Beep,
I think so.
beep. You live with that thing for an hour and a half, and you go, I don't hear it anymore.
Like the watch. Well, I think.
The watch.
He give me the watch. I think, too, but you will adapt, too, with BO. That's the thing about BO. This happens a lot because every once in a while, I'll walk by an apartment that smells like
Cooking.
let's say, or not cooking, but something bad.
A dead body.
And in your mind, you're like, how are these people in this room?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
noticed, but I think you adapt because you're in there.
Totally. You ever watch Hoarders?
No.
Oh, it's
But
a
I've
hell
heard
of
about it.
hell of a program. But the guy, every single episode, the guy walks into the house and it's newspapers, it's cat shit, it's old food, and he goes, "Oh!" But the guy's in there just yo-yoing. He doesn't even notice.
He's there all day, every day.
Exactly.
I think that's us in general. Like black people say white people smell like wet dogs.
I've heard this.
Wet dog, and I'm like, I don't smell any wet dogs.
This guy smelled like wet hot dogs. It was a whole nother bag of Cheetos.
By the way, a hot dog you want to be wet, right?
A little moist.
Out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Some moisture.
You've seen a dry dog. They're in the 7-Eleven
Yeah.
spinning, and they're like an old dick.
By the way, I was in Denver Comedy Works. I kept going to that 7-Eleven. Reminded me of what a great time we had down there.
With Ari?
The Ari storytelling.
Oh, Sean Patton. Yeah, that was a fucking boy. We all stayed in the same condo, sleep apnea, betting on the counter.
Oh, betting.
We bet.
I see.
Not betting.
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 Yes.
Yes.
This is tricky.
Yeah, but that was fun. Now, this is when I get a little more, this is going to get a little more sentiment.
Oh, boy,
So,
I'm worried about it.
Buckle up, Dickless. So I'm in Appleton this weekend.
Uh-huh.
8 shows, sold out with my pal Andrew Youngblood, 2-man show, working on the special, fine-tuning. You know how it goes. You got one in a week.
I know, a week from today.
Oh, nerve-wracking. Hope it's all ready and done.
No.
All right. You got time.
Yeah,
So,
5 days.
So, we're tinkering and fun, having a good time, drinking, going out with the staff, yada, yada. My brother texts me on Friday night, and he goes, what the hell, man? I go, what's up? He goes, I live in Madison. You're in Appleton?
Your brother lives in Madison?
He moved to Madison.
How about that? I had no idea.
Yeah, his wife's a doctor. She got a gig up there, so they took the whole family. Hook, line, and anal.
Wow. Well, good for them.
Hook, line, and clinker.
Go Badgers.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll drive the 2 hours and I'll see it. I said, all right. How often I see these? Bring the kids. He's got a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old. I said, here we go.
Sweet.
Now, my brother's old school.
Mm-hmm.
Wall up, hard to read, doesn't give you a lot. Sweet guy, smart guy, nice guy, but my family.
Yeah, I didn't even approach him at the wedding.
Yes.
It was like 5 days. I never even looked at him. He was scary.
He's scared. 2 people said, who's the magician? And I said, it's my brother.
He looked like a magician.
Yeah, he's a weird-looking guy, but sweet as pie, and the kids are great, 10 years old. It's a barrel of monkeys.
Sure.
And he doesn't allow them to have TV, phone, iPad, none of that.
Wow.
So these kids are smart as a whip. They do puzzles. They write books. They read screenplays. They're all over it.
They write books?
They read books. Coloring. So these kids are just whip smart. And whip it good. And so I go, he picks me up at noon. I got a show at 4. And he goes, I'm going to come to your show, but we're going to hang out with the kids all day. I said, great.
Okay.
So I'm hungover. I'm pretending to get through it. I got sunglasses on inside, and I reek of
Kids like
booze.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Gay Charles. So eventually, I don't know what I'm like. Should we go to a movie? Oh yeah, screen. That's the big screen. Okay. Well, should we? Oh no, we can't do that. Okay. I would look at my phone the whole time. And at one point, we find a coffee shop that has the shelf of board games.
Oh, I love those coffee shops.
So we go up. There we go. We're in. So we pull out chess. She teaches me how to play chess. I hadn't played in 20 years.
She teaches you?
She teaches me. She's 10.
Wow.
She creams me. I was like, all right, I was letting her win at first, and I'm like, well, she's just better than me.
Right.
And then after a while, I'm like, I'm going to try, and she still beat me. I think I beat her 1 game out of 6.
Wow.
I know.
By the way, they can't go to the movies? Because the movies, that's art. That's like something to do together. It brings you together. It's not like you're just scrolling.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a film. That's the arts.
Yeah, maybe they're Amish. I don't know, but they're not allowed.
Okay.
So we got to be creative. You got to get cooking. You got to think of stuff. So we're playing chess. Then eventually we played highlights. We did highlights magazine. You got a stack of highlights. Yeah,
wow.
We circled the leaf inside the thing and the bowling pin and all that. Then we did the jumble and all that. And you're just starting to run out of stuff to do. And this kid is so smart. And I'm so used to being like, any moment of discomfort, I just go to Instagram.
Sure.
Go to TikTok. Go to porn. Go to 4chan or whatever. So eventually you're like, God, this is hard. You got to be on. You got to be in it.
Yes.
But I go, fuck it. I can do this. I'm a human being. I grew up without a cell phone. So I go, let's play categories. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm reading the box, the inside of the box for the instructions, which I haven't done in 30 years.
You know how to play categories?
It's been a minute.
All right.
I blocked it all out because it's been so long, and you start to get it back, but you have that moment of like, all right, I'm reading the instruction. I don't want to do this. No, you have to do it. And the kid's waiting. What do we do? And I'm like, oh, hold on. And it was so hard. It's hard to do stuff.
It's hard to read.
The phones have ruined it.
Yeah, the phones have fucked us up. Well, you know about the gum sales right to the floor.
The gum, yeah.
That guy could have used some gum with his armpits.
You got that right.
Hey, armpit gum.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I like it. Watch the hair, though.
Yeah.
The hair will get ugly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe armpit banaka, but I think that's just deodorant.
That's deodorant
Okay.
or cologne, even.
I like where your head's at, though.
I'm thinking.
Armpit
I'm trying
gum. What
to.
about pussy gum?
I'm still thinking about that. Yeah. Can you
okay.
spray the pussy or does that sting?
Pussy mint would work. Pop that.
Well,
right
Sarah
in the
has.
honey pot.
She has mint lined panties.
What?
Yeah.
That feels like it would burn.
I think
a
it
little.
does. Yeah. That's not the only thing burning down there, but that's a whole other
Oh boy.
bag of tampons.
Burning Man.
So, anyways, wait, what happened? What
So
were
I'm
we talking
reading
about?
the inside of the box. It was just so primitive. It felt so like old school. I'm reading the box. You know, this box got wear and tear on it. It's all kids have drawn on it and shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, player one. And it made me realize like being a kid and growing up in the 80s and the 90s, you had to do shit. You had to reach it. You had to make an effort.
Yes, you had to really create some fun, and it's wild because I mean we watched a lot of TV, but I remember sitting in a sandbox and a lot of army. We'd play knee football on your knees and stuff. You'd just be creating stuff.
You pick up a stick. It was like a lightning rod or whatever. You throw sticks at each other. You break the stick. The stick was a telescope. Everything was a thing.
Yeah, we had to be Jonathan Winters out there, and it's a much different bag of shit now. But it's weird. It's weird being old. Like I have a cousin, my uncle's kid, whatever that is, a second niece, whatever the fuck. She's
Third
in a
removed.
family, yeah.
Yeah.
But she had a Nirvana T-shirt on the other day. She's like 12.
Oh, yeah, that's kooky.
She's 12, and I was like, "Hey, you know Nirvana?" And I think they were just like, "What? I don't know what the fuck you're talking
It's
about."
an old shirt.
And then it was funny. Yesterday, I was watching college hoops, and there was a kid, a Michigan kid. He had a Charles Woodson jersey on. And he's like 18, and Charles Woodson graduated in 97. Like that was like my guy in the 90s.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is like when we were kids. Someone would wear like a Bill Russell jersey.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's adorable. You never even, like, he's like, this guy played with my dad was a kid.
Sure.
This guy's my guy.
Yes.
Even though I was born after he retired.
Yeah.
And it's weird. We're the age that you're like, oh, that's who I watched.
I know, but we still look like kids or act like kids.
Yeah, we act like kids. I
still-
don't think we look like kids.
No, we don't look like. We
No.
got facial hair and gray pubes. But,
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You got a hoodie on, you got red sneakers, you know.
Yeah.
We're scared of the dark.
I'm a child.
Yeah, so it was wacky, and it made you realize, like, anytime you have any discomfort or something's a little bit challenging, you've seen it with writing. You try to write, and you're like, just look at my phone.
I know.
I can't think of a job, just look at my phone. It's just right there.
I'll tell you what I did on Saturday. It was pretty exciting. I went to Starbucks, old school, and sat at a coffee shop writing. I haven't done that since the 80s. That's how I used to do it.
And it's so helpful. You realize, oh, this is why I used to do this. It works. It gets the brain moving and juices, and I get it. Kids are smart. I think kids are probably smarter now than they ever were. I don't know. But there's more geniuses now.
Is that right?
Statistically, yeah.
Autistically?
Maybe. Autistic integrity. But I don't know. This was like, it was an eye-opener. And I know I harp on the phone a lot about how evil it is, but it was wacky. Like, this is hard. I'm 39, and I'm like, I don't like this. What else? But,
yeah, no, it's hard. And I went to the movies. Well, I'll tell this whole story. But I was at the movies last night, and there was a friend of ours who will remain nameless. But him and I love watching movies and talking about them. And but we're 5 minutes into the movie, and I look over, and he's just fully doing this in the movie theater.
Jewish fella.
And it turned out he had another spot, so he had to leave the movie. He had to like step over me with his coat, and it was very awkward.
Yeah, that's where we're at, and that's why the Leonardo DiCaprio whores are very fascinating. Like, he's dating a 19-year-old now.
Oh, is that right?
She's a 19-year-old Israeli model, and look, I get it. The young clam, she's a cute lady, she's a model. I get that, but she hasn't seen half your movies.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's wacky, Jerry.
It's kind of fun, though, because dating a 19-year-old, which I'd love to do,
sure,
you just get to be like, here comes Jaws, here comes Cuckoo's Nest,
or here comes the airplane. Woo! Like, you can show, hey, here's ice cream. Whoa, they've never seen anything. They're 19.
Speaking of here comes the airplane, you can show her some 9/11 footage. She's like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate here comes the airplane.
That's true. You're right. Yeah, those used to be here. When I was a kid, those were there. Now they're not.
Yeah, that is really something. I mean, these post 9/11 kids.
I wonder if the terrorists did that. Woo, here comes. Open your mouth, South Tower. But either way, so. Hey, folks. Tuesdays is brought to you by Displate. Upgrade your room. Frat house energy with posters that won't peel off the wall. Enough with the peeling. Peeling's out. It's a metal poster that will add class to any room. Officially licensed design from Fight Club, Alien, South Park, and much more. You can even get your own artwork printed onto these. One-of-a-kind metal poster that only takes 20 seconds to install. I got a big Deion Sanders on my wall, and my lady pretends to blow it. It's a little insulting. Your poster comes with a magnetic sticker, so you just pop it right up there and hang that poster. No power tools, no wall damage, and they're easy to switch out in seconds. Click the link in our description to see some of our favorite displays and save up to 34%. Interesting number. Get 22% off if you buy one or two, and 33% off when you buy three or more. Woo-wee! Discounts will automatically be applied to your cart when you click the link or use code Tuesdays when you visit displate.com. That's displate.com/Tuesdays. Or click the link in our show notes. We'll have it right up there for you, folks. Hey, folks. Tuesday's Story is brought to you by BetterHelp. You heard it here first, folks. BetterHelp. That's what they got to get Kanye on. Get to know yourself and be a lifelong... But getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. I'm growing right now. I'm transitioning. Sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk through things. Therapy can help by deepening your self-awareness. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can guide you on that journey of self-discovery. He had to run off the therapy because he's a fucking wacko, cuckoo, banana herpes-riddled weirdo with no dad. And I need therapy because I'm a bedwetting, dandruff-having, tiny dong, weird parent, transvestite nanny. I got all kinds of stuff, too. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. BetterHelp is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays today and get 10% off your first month. Wow, a whole month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. Now, this is when it gets interesting.
Thank God.
Sorry. So we got the categories going. I throw that in the fire. And then I go, hey, thank God it's 3:38. I got to go to the club.
Yes.
4 o'clock show here, mind you. Saturday.
That's brutal.
Brutal. That thing sneaks up like you wouldn't believe. So we're park in the car. His wife has got the kids and me in the car, my brother. And I go, there's the comedy club. She pulls over, and I go, I'll bring you up to my brother, and we can hang out a little bit. Then I'll give you a seat, and you can watch the show. So the older daughter, who I've been playing chess with and getting creamed, goes, I want to see it.
Oh.
And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I want to see what a comedy club is. This girl has no TV.
Right.
So going to see a comedy club, I mean, it's like going to see Taj Mahal.
But it's interesting. Does it have as much meaning if she's never seen it, though?
That's an interesting philosophical point.
Yeah, because it's like if you've seen it, you're like, here's the thing. Like I remember seeing the Eiffel Tower and crying like a little girl.
Really?
Because I'm like, I've seen this my whole life. I put a toy one in my asshole on Tuesday.
You got
and then
triggered.
You see it and you're like, whoa. But if you've never seen it on TV,
It's an eyeful.
is it? Yeah, that's not bad.
All right.
And then I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, well, she's so smart, wicked smart, and I think she can put it together. Like comedy exists, there's probably comedy clubs. I don't know. I don't know what she knows.
Well, either way, it's a thrill to see anything when you're 10.
And I'm on YouTube, I'm on Netflix, I'm on Comedy Central, so she doesn't know about that world. So she's like, you, my dumb, retarded, chess-losing uncle, is going to be the guy on there?
Yes.
That's wacky.
Very confusing.
So we go up the elevator, we get up there, and there's a line.
Wow.
There's a line, fatty. And she goes, what's the line? I go, they're all waiting to get in. And she was like, huh? And they're all going, there, comedy. Hey, comedy. It's all pipes. And she's like, yeah, it was the best moment of my life. I felt cool.
Well, you feel seen and heard because
Seen
a
and heard.
child is like, what? They're blown away. Everybody else has to act like, oh, that's crazy. That's neat.
Yes.
That's something.
It's
They're trying to play it
actual.
cool. The kid's not trying to play it cool.
No cool, no playing, no nothing. And it's fun. The kids are genuine.
Yes.
Very genuine. So I go, hey, let's hit the green room. Now, it's one of these green rooms, these, what do you call them? The Bark Clubs, the Tacomas, the Oklahoma City. They have full of candy.
Yes, drawers of candy.
Drawer, that's like their thing. They got a Nintendo, a big screen TV, a million pieces of candy, Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, all this shit. And she's like, I mean, it's just beaming coming out of her. Like there's a payday the size of your asshole.
Well, you got one coming yourself.
Uh-huh.
Now, does she know candy? Is she allowed to touch candy?
No candy.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. It's a little off-putting, but I don't want to get into their parenting style. But I'm like shoving Twix in her purse and all this. I'm like, here, take a fucking Mounds bar, you whore. What are you doing? And she's just like, okay, this is crazy. She's sitting on the Barcalounger, doing the massage chair. I'm like, welcome to my job.
Yeah, I mean, this could be her first, if it's vibrating, this could be a big moment for her.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
She could be like, Uncle Mark really showed me something.
Oh, well, don't write about that in the diary. But oh boy, and Frank. So eventually, I was like, all right, you got to go. The mom's waiting in the car. Toot, toot. So my brother, I give him a seat. We do a show, and that was that. But it was quite a moment. She got to show me chess. I got to show her a comedy club.
Well, it's very exciting, and it puts a little spark in their brain that you can. This is what's so important for, I think, for people to see, is that you can, for children to see, is that you can have a job that's fun and exciting. Because a lot of times people are just beaten into you that work sucks. It's a horrible job. You got to put on a tie. It's all day.
Yeah.
And that was just shoved so deeply into my ass as a kid.
100%. Life's
Was
a
that-
bitch, and then you go gay.
Yeah, jobs suck and work sucks. So I think it gives the kids a wee bit of hope that like maybe I could create and have a life where I get to eat candy.
Maybe. And it's also interesting because this kid is so analytical. She reads, she does puzzles, all this shit all day long. And then she sees me as a yuck-em-up douche, and that's my whole income.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You get to see, they have the other half queefs, but very fun. It felt cool to show her that. Then she leaves, and then I bombed on stage because I got the brother in my head. The pilot is in my asshole, you know? And so that was awkward. So he's like, that's what you do here? Okay, well, I'm going back to my regular life with 2 kids and a loving wife.
Isn't it weird that sometimes I think people might have a hard time understanding this if you're not a comic, that it's like one person in the audience can make the whole show, my whole performance, I'm just thinking about this one person.
100%.
Whether it's an aunt or a dad or a sister, whatever, you're just kind of like, how are they interpreting that?
Yes.
And there's 300 people dying laughing, but you're just like, I bet they're not laughing.
Yeah, and then I would, have a few things in my act where I'm like, oh, my mom, she used to do that. She doesn't, but I need it for the joke. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, he's lying up there, and that's not true. And you just, now you think, so you're like, what was I talking? And they're like, you're talking about queefs. And I'm like, oh, yeah, queefs. How many times am I going to say queef in front of my brother? I don't know. The whole thing, it's a mind fuck.
Or you say something that they do.
Oh, do.
And then they're like, well, I didn't know you cared that I did that. And you're
Right.
like, well, I don't. It's just this.
Yeah.
Or you have that with memories, too. I did the bit about my mother watching Dirty Dancing, and it's awkward because she's like, I didn't know you remember that. You're talking about my coming and I wanted to fuck Patrick
she
Swayze.
said that?
No, I just imagine that's what she's saying. No, nobody says anything in my family.
Well, that's the one time it works out.
But it's awkward because, like, when they're there live, you just skip some bits.
Of
but then
course.
especially you have to put it in.
Right.
And it's awkward because you know they're going to watch it and be like, what the hell's this? I don't want them talking about my pussy. But then my thing is, like, my face smeared through your pussy, so I might as well be able to talk about it.
True. Good point. Yeah, you're the first pussy I ever touched.
Yeah. And your probably got in your mouth, really. You think about it because you're coming out like, and there's just fluids going right in your throat. You can get throat cancer that way.
Yeah, and
Oh, jeez.
oh boy, the neighbor. And I'm made from dad's jizz.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horrible things going on that make the most thing that you're not supposed to bring up with sex.
Your dad's jizz is in you.
Huh?
I'm saying you're created from it.
I thought you knew about that Thursday. You scared me there. But, yeah. Wow, that's wacky. And that's weird. It's like, this is the person I'm not supposed to talk about sex with. That's gooey. It's gross. It's icky. But they had fucked and made me, and then I came out of your balls and her clam.
But then they were supposed to talk to you about sex. Did you get any sex talk? I
Nah,
got literally
nothing.
zero.
Nothing. One time I had a girl over in freshman year of high school. She slept over, and she walked out, and my mom goes, "Nobody's getting pregnant in there, are they?" And I was like, "No, no." And that was the extent of it.
That's something.
That's something.
Yeah.
Then she got pregnant, and we killed her. But that's a whole nother Aesop's fable.
No, I got no talk, no teach how to shave, change a
Nothing.
tire, tie a
Nothing.
tie, puberty, anything like that. Shave, I told you, I had scissors, like Fiskar scissors. I was cutting my mustache. Like, nobody helped.
Fiskar?
I think that was the brand.
Ah.
I think.
Call in if you know about Fiskar.
The orange
scissors.
handles.
Oh, yeah. I guess I had a Fiskar.
I think so.
I got a blue car now, but either way, it was fun. It's also comedy for me is very sinful. You know, it's like a lot of drinking, and I go out at night, and there's whores, and there's dirty words, and there's night crawlers, and all these things, and you know, then you got a 6-year-old or 10-year-old here, and it's like, let's clean this up for a minute. You know, my opener's covered in tats, and he's cursing in the green room. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's hard. It's a very strange mix, and the understanding of a job is weird. Because my niece, that's the same thing. Like, you know what Funcle Joe does for a living? And she's like, yeah, he makes movies. And you're like, yeah, sort of.
Right,
But
right.
no. And
An independent feature.
yeah, but you're like, I don't know. It's hard to understand especially if you've never watched TV.
Totally. That's the thing with categories. The whole point of categories is it says like a tool, a movie, an automobile, a vehicle, whatever, and then you get the letter A. So you go, okay, an anvil, country, Afghanistan. But she didn't know anything. She hasn't lived.
Right.
So she's like, a tool with a hammer, and I'm like, well, I can't really give you that one. And then now we're fighting.
Yeah, it's tricky because you try to shelter. You want to make them not do the thing, but then they don't know as much stuff.
Exactly.
And they're not getting references.
I was talking to Sally Hughes. His kid goes, what does that mean, COVID's from a lab? And he was like, I just can't, because he heard that on TV. And he's like, I can't unpack this. This is going to take 4 months.
Right.
And then I'll go on Tucker Carlson.
He told me, the kid asked about the N-word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, who's this guy living in...
Who's this guy fucking mom? Yeah.
But no, he really did. He was like, what is this word? I heard a kid use it. And he's like, now he's got to talk to an 8-year-old about the N-word.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of black kids using it. So I remember being like, wait, is that open? But I got a black eye.
Well, it's confusing because when we were kids, NWA was huge.
Huge.
And
it's in the songs.
And it's in the name of the group. That's the name.
Right.
So it was hard for me to understand.
We should make a group with the R word and the F word and just call it, RF.
Okay?
Well,
That's a bridge.
RF with attitude.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden we can. Well, I guess they are N-words. That's the difference.
Oh, boy.
Well, you know what I mean. They're black.
Yeah.
I mean, they called it.
It's their name.
It's the name of the group.
Yes.
I mean, it's at the Grammys. Hey, come here, you NWAs. It's in the group.
I think the N would be plural, not the A.
You're right. Well, they got attitudes. There's multiple.
I guess so.
I
It's
have a point.
all pipes.
All right, crack pipe.
Boy, we really got into some scary territory there.
Yeah, but we pulled and we did a Sully. We got out of that lake and pulled it into the river.
Yeah, that away Sully. Remember
Hey,
that? That was exciting. Where were you for that?
I think I was on a plane.
Oh, really?
No, I was somewhere, but I remember it was like a movie. It was a good ending, thank God. It's so rare you see the news with a good ending.
That's a good point.
I have a point.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. So that's that. Appleton wrapped it up, flew back yesterday, a goddamn connection. I also kind of feel good, got Appleton on. It's on the books. I did it. I don't have to go back for a year. And it's good people, good club, good times. Great club, Skyline. Check it out.
Yeah, I did an album there.
That's
it's not
right.
great. Yeah. That was the old one with Cliff.
Cliff?
Remember Cliff?
No.
Used to be owned by a guy named Cliff back in the
Bar.
day.
2000.
This is like 2010.
Okay.
And we did a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
That was
Sinful.
fun. Yes. A lot of sins.
Yeah. The comedy's very adult. It's at night. It's drinky. It's boozy. It's dirty.
Basement.
Yeah.
Sex. Yeah.
Cosby.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, touring again.
Is that right? I keep hearing that. Is
He's
that real?
touring. He's out there. He's selling out. Better bring a pillow and a butt plug to that one, folks.
No kidding. I'd be interested in seeing Bill Cosby, but I don't want to give him money. Maybe I can get comp tickets. Is that bad?
Oh, that's
If you
funny.
get free tickets,
Because you're curious.
I'm not supporting.
Ah.
If you buy tickets, you're giving money to a rapist.
Right.
But if you just get comped tickets, if I hit up my agency and say, hey, give me a couple Cosby, give me 2 beauties up front, why is that bad?
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm not supporting. I won't laugh. I'll just...
That's true, but you don't want to get a photo of you at the front row because then people are like, whoa, this guy's a huge fan.
What if I get a photo of the comp ticket?
Maybe. It would also help if you went before because now it looks like you're on board now.
I went to Cosby before.
Oh, you did?
I had
Okay.
a frame. I had this Time magazine frame. I took it down. So that's something.
Oh, I left mine up.
I had a framed Cosby Time magazine sign, and I took it down. I think I'm like a winner.
What's the signature? Keep on raping?
It's I just said
Sorry.
it was just a straight up Cosby.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you know what I mean?
Didn't add anything.
Address it,
Yeah.
or whatever you say.
All right. Well, good for you. Take it down.
Yeah, so that's something.
Don't throw it out, though.
Oh, I got it under the pillow just
All
in
right.
case he gets exonerated or whatever.
Probably helps you sleep, too.
Boy,
All right.
I'm dying. I got the jizz is coming out.
The linger.
Well, let me tell you about what happened last night because I teased it off air.
Linger sandwiches. All right.
Linger sandwiches. Oh, finger.
It's a word play on words.
I got you. But finger sandwich. Finger foods, I hear. I
Linger
never hear
foods.
finger sandwich.
Okay.
But linger food, that doesn't work. Guess.
Linger bell. All
Oh,
right.
jeez. So let me shove this in your ass and see if you
please.
come.
I hogged.
No hog,
David
good hog. So I teased this a little bit. So last night, I'm trying to put together some hangs because we're going to die and we're
Yeah.
old. And you and I pickleball tomorrow with the dames.
I love it. She lit up when she heard that.
Oh, all right.
We should be doing this all the time.
I'm trying. That's what I've been saying.
Appreciate it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can tell you one out of it. I can already feel it. I'm like, well, my calves hurt. You're like, well, you don't want to play with bad calves. I'm like, it's snowing. You're like, I'm in Jersey.
For me, it's just going there. Once I'm there, I'm in. But I
Right.
need this. I need a little hump.
Yes, get a hump. We'll hump each other.
Yes, my humps and humps.
Wednesday's going to be fun, by the way. I
What's
can't
Wednesday?
wait. That's what we're going to do the podcast post pickleball.
Oh.
I'm teasing.
I mean, part of me is like, we should film the pickleball, but it's enough with the filming.
Ah, jeez, too much filming. We'll film the next one.
Not filming.
But I can't wait. Sarah's like, what if it gets ugly? What if it gets too competitive? And I'm like, I think you're projecting. But also in pickleball, you switch partners after each game.
Whoa. I didn't know we were swinging.
Oh, big time. Yeah. We pull the curtain down and we see what the other one tastes like. No, you go. So it's me and Sarah. Then we beat you guys. Then it flips to you and me. We dominate the women. Then May and I are a team. And then you go back to Sarah and I. That way it's not just one team getting fiery.
All right, let's hope Leah Thomas doesn't show up.
Who's Leah Thomas?
Yeah, keep moving.
Leah Thompson.
Who's that?
That's the one. All the right moves are tits. Back to the Future. Leah Thompson.
Oh,
Red Dawn.
That's right.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
see her-
when he makes out with his mom.
You see her nipples in All the Right Moves.
Ooh, She had a real run, that lady.
She certainly did.
I think she's still around.
Still does well. She's on TV. She does well. And her daughter is somebody.
Oh, she was in The Boys, which was a big show. And she still looks great. She's like 78.
Yeah. I just saw Cocaine Bear, Kerry Russell.
She's an underrated pretty lady.
She was my number one crush. I had
Come
photos of
on.
her in my locker and my wall. Yeah.
Too much hair for me. It's a lot of hair.
I love the hair. Curly.
I got my own curls. I don't need any more.
Well, her carols are a little better than yours.
Well, I like a good carol as much as the next guy, but Christmas carol. But yeah. All right.
All right. So last night, I put together a little movie hang over the Astoria house. It's me. Why'd I start with the pinky? It's me.
Good choice. I went thumb.
Raanan, Hershberg, and his
yes.
girlfriend, Kate Weinberg, former comic.
Good egg.
Wish there was more former comics.
Oh, I love when somebody quits.
God, you need a couple people in this general area. I wouldn't mind if they quit. Not you, but you know what I mean.
Rupert.
Vicinity.
I see.
Yeah, Rupert, he quit. Schiavone.
Ah, cute kid.
Schiavone Baloney and his dame.
Oh.
Sarah couldn't come because she's got work. She's got to train for pickleball.
Well, what's she like?
Who, Schiavone's dame?
Yeah.
She's cool. She's a good kid.
All right. Where's he meet these bros?
She's not. I think on Tinder. She's a real
Oh.
beauty, and they just.
Wow.
They was one of the. They took off. I mean, like they're thick as thieves. They're on vacation together. and
Oh,
stuff.
good for that. All right, Shiv.
Yeah, she's all right. I think he's a handsome boy.
I think so, and he's definitely packing a wallop. He's got a bulge every time I see him. Battle of the bulge.
I know, big cock and a great laugh. He's a good hang.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yes, that's it. He's a good guy. He's a good kid. So, anyways, we all go to the movies. We're going to see Cocaine Bear.
That's a fun picture for the group.
Sunday night, I say, let's get out of the house. I went to the movies by myself on Thursday. I saw Missing, which is pretty fun.
Missing. I don't know.
It's one of these ones. It's all screens, and the mother goes missing. A lot of plot twists and whatnot.
Okay, I didn't catch that one.
It was fun. It's whatever. But
Thriller.
I gotta go to the movies more often because you sit at home, you look at your goddamn phone. You gotta go to the movies, see some art.
And there is a moment with the movie, you got to admit, in the beginning, you're like, I kind of want to look at my phone, but now you got to hang tight.
Yes, exactly. So, anyways, we put together the movie date. So Raanan and Kate Weinberg and I are walking up the street. Now, this is Astoria Sunday night, but these people, I'm just drawn to the kooks. The kooks are drawn to me. I'm
drawn
like
to you.
a magnet.
Kook magnet.
So this wasn't a kook, though. This was like we're walking, and we just see three loud, shadowy figures a few blocks away. And you know me, I'm clocking everybody.
Yeah.
I'm
big
very,
clock.
very aware. Some
Clockwork.
people just walk around. They're just like, but anyways, I did a gig, and I'm
Yeah.
like, there's somebody getting stabbed right here.
I know. The people are very out to lunch.
They got a lot of no clocks out there.
Your Clockwork Orange.
I'm clocking. Boop boop. So I see it, and I go, I don't know. It's far away. It's loud. We keep walking. They start coming towards us, and you can't quite make it out because it's dark and it's shadowy.
Uh-oh.
And then it's
Shadowy.
getting louder and bigger, and I'm like, well, whatever. I'm listening. We're having a nice conversation. And then as they get closer, it's two teens, I'm going to say. I'm going
I
to
hate
say
a teen.
17, 18. Nothing scarier than a teen. Any race, any gender, a group of teens.
Bad teen. I either get scared or hard.
And there's another one who's like probably 12 or 13, maybe.
That's a teen.
13. But he's little. He's out in front. It's like a triangle offense.
Teen beat.
And they're acting weird and kind of doing like this weird thing. The kid's doing this weird thing. And Raanan goes, oh, crazy people, crazy people. And he starts walking in the street. So I lose Raanan.
Wait, what? That's his move?
He walks like, he's like walking away. He's trying to get some distance.
Okay. Oh, because they're on the sidewalk that you're about to
They're
walk
on
up
the-
to.
It's like Bizarro Jerry. It's 3-on-3.
Oh, I hate the 3-on-3.
So they start walking that way. So now I lose one of my men.
Yeah, well, man.
And it's me and Weinberg, but I have this moment. I'm like, people all think I'm a pussy, but I'm like, I'm running into meth addicts that are kicking the windows in of subways,
Right.
and getting in my face. I think people don't understand how serious some of these situations have been.
Oh, yeah. Well, Roger's got punched in the noggin.
Yes, it's crazy out here. So, but I look and I'm like, the youngest one in curls is 12 years old, and I go, I'm not crossing the street for a child.
No, this ain't even teen.
And there's three, so I'm like, they could probably all gang up and throw a thing, but I'm like, I just refuse to be like, well, I better go around. If it's a meth addict, homeless person, whatever the fuck.
Sure, they got nothing to lose.
Believe me, I have no shame in running, but I'm like, I'm heading straight on with this.
Running Hershberg.
Because also 3 teenagers, I'm like, they may beat me up, but somebody's getting their fucking face destroyed.
You got that right.
You know what I
Fatty.
mean? I might lose this fight, but someone's going to get fucking blasted.
Yes.
I got a good amount of training. So this kid starts doing this move. He's doing this.
Whoa. So this is on.
It's
Like,
a weird
it's a
thing.
This is happening.
So, but also the kid that's doing that is like, he's this tall. He's 12 or 13, but he's got 2 other guys who are 16, 17.
And you got Schiavone with you.
No Schiavone.
Oh.
We're meeting Schiavone.
Oh, so who's with
I got
you?
Weinberg with me.
Berg.
No good. If I had Aaron Berg, they'd be dead on the sidewalk right now.
Yes, iceberg.
They'd be putting fucking cigars out on their face.
Right.
So I kind of just go, is it? I literally said this. I'm like, oh, is this a thing? Is something happening?
Ah.
And the kid starts, he's really doing this. And the other kids are kind of laughing. And so what I did, I diffused a little. I started doing it back.
Ooh.
I went, and I did like a
Hey, I
silly
like
tongue
that.
out. I went like this. And then they start laughing.
Okay, but he might think, okay, we're doing it then.
Yeah, well, I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. And so then the kids started doing like a basketball thing. So then I started playing defense.
Oh, this is a fucking
I
acting
start
class
doing
all of a
this.
sudden. This is improv
And
101.
The 2 teens, the older ones, they start laughing because they're like, this is a goofy motherfucker. Like, they're like, this is, we got some goofy goofball.
Okay, so now I know they're Hasidic Jews.
And so then I went like that, like this. And then one of the kids, he kind of like coiled.
2 for flinching.
So now I got the upper hand.
David Flincher.
I made him flinch. So he
Yes.
went like this, and they kind of went wider. And then I was like,
Oh!
and so I kind of went goofy. I matched the goofiness. I yes-anded.
And you over-anded.
But I also gave him a little like, whoa, oh, and they did a thing. So now I've won.
You've won. You've
And-
out-aggressed them.
So Raanan now rejoins.
Oh, that's a problem.
And he's like, oh, that was funny. He's like, that was cute. But in my mind, I'm like, no, I diffused.
Yeah,
That could have been
totally.
ugly.
Could have been ugly.
And it's one of these things with these young teens. Most likely they're not going to rob us or beat us. But they're gonna try to. Sometimes they'll kick a hat off or like whoop or like try to do some shit. They try to make fun of you or
They
whatever.
embarrass you a little, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So then I hear them laugh. They're like dying laughing because they're like, "Who's this goofy retard?" Whatever.
Sure,
Which, you know,
sure.
I've been
Honky.
called worse by myself.
Yep.
In the mirror. So then as we're walking, I look back and they had stopped. So I was like, I wonder if they're gonna come back and try to be more wacky or do
Hate
whatever.
the comeback,
But
kid.
I was like, that was crazy. I was like, my heart rate's up. And I think I did diffuse it. And he's like, and then Ron was like, no, that was fun. That was like a blending of the races. That was like a connect. You guys connected. That was fun. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think they meant for it to be fun. It
No.
became fun.
They were mocking.
I think they were mocking or trying to be weird and just kind of fucking with people, whatever. But
Yeah.
I think it went pretty well.
I think that's great. Now, when did you decide I'm going in, or did you just not think? Like, when did you go, I'm going to do what they're doing and mimic?
I don't know. It wasn't a decision. It was kind of just a thing. I was like, because you want to be fun. If you're gonna just walk by, like, keep going, honey, it just makes them want to fuck with you.
Exactly. Now they've won.
So it's like, let me just yes and be silly. It's like high school.
Yeah.
Or not high school, but like elementary school, where you're like, I am goofy. Whoa.
Right. You know what you did? You did the comedy move with the heckler. You had a heckler, and your first thought is like, fuck you, you cunt. Get her out of here. Shut up. She's drunk. You suck. Blah, blah, blah. But if you go, sorry, ma'am, what are you saying? And then you kind of let her bury herself, and then you playfully bat her, but you don't destroy her.
Right.
And then you win. But if you go too mean, you lose. And if
Right.
you would have gone, hey, kid, get out of here, they'd be like, woo, fuck you, honky.
Yes. Or if you do like the keep going, honey, come on,
Yes.
let's go. Then they're like, oh, you're scared of
We
us.
got
Let's
'em.
fuck with them.
Yeah, which is the same with comedy, where if you go, I'm not even going there. Ooh, that was a big slam.
That's bad. This guy hates us.
That was a slam-a-roo.
We saw him out there. He saw us come in. He knows what we look like. We know what he looks like.
Slam dunk.
We're here once a month. He hates us.
Twice a week.
But I think by the
for
going
you.
dead eye contact, communication, and I was like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Yeah.
They were like, what the hell? This is weird.
You out-weirded.
Yes. That's the fun thing is you're like, oh, you don't know. I'm like a goofball.
Right.
I'll be silly. If you want to start roasting me, I'll roast back.
You think I'm a square?
Yes, no square.
One time, Patrice was on stage, and this fat black lady, which is a scary lady because they're so confident and sassy, and they'll take an earring off and a shoe and a purse, and so you don't really want to go there.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Bitch, I ain't scared of you. I'll knock your fat ass out." And she was like, "Okay." And I'd never seen anyone do that to a fat black lady, and that's kind of what you did. He's like, "I'll outdo you. I'll out goofball you."
Well, it's one of the things. Like I said, I'm like, there's only so much you can. I'm not. I can't. I already said, but I'm like, I can't cross the street for a child.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes I think you had a snap in you.
Yeah.
I don't want to say an angry snap, but there was like I'm not gonna cower snap.
Yeah. It's one of those ones you're like, they say like hit the biggest one. And the other was like, whoa. In my mind, I was like, I'm hitting the smallest one.
Sure,
I'm gonna just
it.
take his face off, and then whatever else happens. That's right, folks. I was prepared to beat up a 12-year-old kid last night.
Hey, you got to do it. It's Queens, baby.
But if you're gonna start the shit, I'll just give a swift, nice push kick right to the sternum, and then we'll be on our way.
Here's the only problem with this scenario.
Oh boy!
Now you got old Weinhausen, Weinberg, whatever. She's like, fuck the queef in the street. Who's the bitch in the sheets?
Well, what can you do?
Or not bitch, but the goofball in the sheets.
Well, in Raanan's defense, he thought it was a crazy person. Because I think, he wasn't looking as closely. And at first, you just see three people, and it is nighttime, so it's hard to see. And you just see someone going like this. Like, you think, like, oh, this is like a crazy meth head. I don't think you realize that it's like a younger kid.
But here's the thing. Teens or preteens or whatever, pubic, they are crazy.
Right.
When I was a kid, I was crazy. We would steal cases of beer out of a shop and go, woohoo! I would never do that now.
Well, especially with three people. I mean, when you're three teenagers and you see a 40-year-old guy with glasses,
it's over.
You wouldn't think twice. You're like, dump your Pepsi on him and shove a thumb in his ass.
Wedgie, Swirly, Melvin, whatever.
Yeah, those are fun times.
Those were fun times. We had the world by the balls.
Yeah. But anyways, that was...
good for you. It's funny. This is to us, this is like a big deal, but to these kids, they probably haven't thought about that twice.
Well, they probably had 10 other people that they fucked with on the way home. But I bet they were like, remember that goofy-ass guy that started playing defense on you?
Yeah, he was cool.
I think it was also fun because, I played a lot of basketball. So I was playing some pretty good D. I put my hand in his face and really...
Yeah.
I had to, it was really, so I think they were like, that was crazy. What the fuck was that?
I also think some of these teens, me included, you kind of just want to connect. Like, you guys kind of connected a little bit
That's
there.
what it felt like. Yeah, that's what Raanan says. We bridged the races together.
Well, not you.
Buddy. Yeah, that's true. He ran.
Yeah, Raanan.
Not bad.
But good for you. I mean, sometimes it takes these horrific situations to learn something about yourself and push it, and then you feel better.
I learned I will fight a 13-year-old kid.
You hear that, kids? He'll fight or fuck you.
Watch out. Although one did throw dog shit at me that time, and I didn't do anything. But it was snowing.
All right. It's a weather thing.
But I always have this. Remember that I was in Union Square? They threw a bag of dog shit at me.
Yeah.
These kids did the weird kooky move. Something about me.
It's so funny how when you're walking down the street and there's another kid or group walking towards you, I don't care who you are, where you are. You could be in Wuhan, Cleveland, Ukraine. You feel that weirdness.
I know.
We're walking up towards each other, and it's like animal shit where you're like, something's up.
That's what it is. It's animal.
Yeah, it's that David Attenborough kicks in. The two groups are coming in closer. Who will attack? All that shit.
Yeah.
Is it a threat? Is it not?
It is. It is like a deep thing for thousands of years.
It is. Yeah. Hey, folks. Tuesday Stories brought to you by Sheath. We love Sheath. I'm wearing them right now. It's the official underwear of comedy. From Army soldier and Tuesday, Robert Patton, he knew there was a better way to keep his dick from sticking to his sack and his leg, and here we are. Each pair of Sheath is a soft, flexible, cradle-like pouch which separates the boys from the inner thighs, eliminating any sticky situations. I'm going to just assume I'm wearing them. I'm not even going to look, and I bet I'm wearing them. Hold on. What is that? That's a sheet, baby. Come on. I knew it. That's how much we like them. They feel good. They look good. My lady wears them. They come in a bunch of patterns, colors for any occasion. They didn't leave out the ladies either. Sheath has boys' shorts, sports bras, and bikini briefs. Go to sheathunderwear.com and order with promo code TUESGAYS to get 20% off your first order, and Sheath's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code TUESGAYS. Get Sheath underwear and let them support your Cojones. Hey, folks, Liquid IV. That's what we're brought to you by. I love Liquid IV. I literally have one every morning. I just pop it in. I have a cup of coffee and a water with a Liquid IV, and it is all I need. You know me, I drink a lot. I'm dehydrated. I don't know what your health goals are, but staying hydrated will help you reach them. It's an easy way to stay hydrated with 5 essential vitamins. Hydrate 2 times faster than water alone, and you can do it all with just one stick. I do it first in the morning. I mentioned that. And long flights, they dehydrate you. So I try to have it on there. Just bring a couple pouches with you. I throw them in my bag, a suitcase. And they got a lot of great flavors. I like watermelon and pina colada. But they taste great. They go down easy. And they're dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free. And it's got 3 times the electrolytes as sports drinks. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, and you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use Tuesdays at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Tuesdays at liquidiv.com. So, but good on you. Now Weinberg, I'm sure, is diddling to the old Listomaniac.
Well, interesting you said that because then we went to the movies. Raanan realized he had a spot. He had to leave. So now I'm on a double date with his dame.
Oh, my God.
It was Schiavone, his girlfriend, and me and Raanan's girlfriend.
How was the sex?
Female. So we watched the movie and a pleasant walk home, but it was a pretty fun film. I don't know.
Hey, all right. Well, that's great. Now, did you lock eyes? Did you go, hey, this is fun?
Well, hey, we got to go back to the same house.
Oh!
She lives upstairs.
Baby
so I'm keying in, going, all right, well, it was fun. I'll have a good night. And boy, I really liked the movie. I'll see you soon.
That would be great if she swung that door open and she went, then you had to do it. Now you're in there together.
Well, then it's weird because I come home, my wife's watching telly, and she's like, how was your
Telly
night?
Savalas?
And I was like, well, it was pretty good. I just beat up a child and saw a film with another dame.
Yeah, you lived like a 14-year-old. You saw Cocaine Bear and threatened another 14-year-old.
It was pretty exciting, but...
Went on a date.
What? we got to wrap up here.
Oh,
Holy
jeez.
shit.
Therapy.
Oh, God.
Well, how long have we been rolling there, Roop?
About 50, I think. 51.
Oh,
Well, I got
okay.
to squeeze one more story in here, and then I got to
Please.
run to
Hit
therapy.
me, fatty.
Clearly, I need it. So you talk about the kids and the children, the nieces, the nephews, the whole thing. So I got to go back a few weeks, and I can't remember what I told and what I didn't tell about this. But I went to the UW basketball game, University of Washington. And I take Derek and his wife and the 2 kids. And I'm like, we're all going to go to the basketball game, which is fun. I like to be a Funcle.
Funcle, baby.
You take them to the football game, the basketball game, whatever. So I'm like, we're driving to Seattle. We're going to the game. The game starts at 8 p.m., which is their bedtime. They're 10 and 6. So it's one of these things where I text the parents, and I'm like, is this going to be a problem? It starts at 8. They're like, don't even worry about it. They can stay up late.
Funcle.
Then you tell the kids. Now, the kids, Brooke, she's 10, same age as your squeeze over there.
Niece.
And that's the word. So she's into school now. She's very smart. She's getting good grades, the whole thing. She loves school. And I'm like, game's at 8. And she's like, we can't go to the game. That's my bedtime. That's crazy.
Oh, that's a cute little smart nerd.
And so the parent, you have to be like, do the homework early. You'll sleep in the car, whatever. So they're nervous. And I'm like, am I a bad Funcle? Because you try to be a good Funcle, but I'm like, this game is going to go till 10:30. It's an hour ride back, 11:30.
Hour ride back. Jesus.
It's far. They live in the sticks now. So I'm like, geez, it's going to start late. I have to, you know me, I'm staying to the end. I don't leave things early. So I'm like, all right, now I have to accept that, like, I'll spend the money, we'll go, but we might have to leave early.
Okay, that's a compromise.
Whatever. It's UW in Oregon. It's the end of the season. They both stink. Whatever.
Yeah. Now you getting candy, popcorn? You that guy?
The whole works.
All right, I knew it.
I'm excited. They take a nap, and I'm getting them all fired up for the game. Once they're awake, we park, and I'm trying to teach them to be fun and wild. So I found this huge stick, like a branch fell from a windstorm.
Okay.
And I just pick it up. I'm like, grab it in, kids. And, they're 10 and 6, so we go down descending height.
Sure.
And we're carrying the branch, and and all the student bodies walking, and I'm like, let's go, fucking Huskies.
Yeah.
And all the kids are loving it, the school kids.
I love it.
Because they just see children carrying a big giant stick, and it's fun, because they would get in trouble. But old Funcle Joe's at the helm, so
You
the
got
parents
that
can't
right.
yell at them.
Yes, I'll fight you and your son.
So we carry a 12-foot stick with the student body, and the student body all going, yeah, the kids. Ooh. It was quite fun.
This is a college game.
College
Okay.
game, yes, University of Washington. We throw down the stick, we go inside, and I bought the Cheapo Depot tickets, and they're up in the high sky section.
Yeah, the pussy bleed.
And my nephew's like, this is too high, I'm scared. And I'm like, shut up,
jeez.
you're queer. So we moved down, and it's empty because nobody's there. So I'm like, we sit behind the hoop. We ended up getting pretty good seats. And I'm like, if anyone tells us we're in the wrong seats, we just point at the kid. Be like, he was nervous, he was scared to be high. Would you mind moving down there?
That's good.
It's nice to have a kid around.
Use them.
Yes. Got to use them for whatever.
Yeah.
So it's time for the game. I'm worried because its bedtime is 8 p.m. The game's at 8 p.m.
Oh, boy.
They come out, they sing the national anthem. They're like, okay, folks, they come on the thing. We're having slightly technical difficulties. The rim is not properly on. We have to change out the rim.
What was running this, Rupert? Sorry,
Roop sex. So they're like, we got to fix the rim. And I'm like, fix the rim? So then you look down there and they start disassembling the basket and it's bedtime.
No.
And the kids already don't care. So I'm like, fuck. I'm looking at the parents and they're like, not to mention, by the way, Derek goes to bed at 7 p.m. He's got one of these jobs. He wakes up at 4 a.m. He's like a farmer.
It's a rim job.
So I'm like, they got to go do the rim job. They take the hoop out. They just leave. And I'm like, this will be a few minutes. They put 5 minutes back on the clock to warm up.
Okay.
That comes and goes.
Okay.
No sign of a hoop.
Oh,
Finally,
geez, you're hopeless.
they wheel the hoop back in, and they're trying to. There's a woman down there. I'm like, you got a woman on this job? So just kidding. So they start reassembling the rim, and they're like, it looks like it's on. All of a sudden, the shot clock goes out. And they're like, oh, God. And you see like 12 people all finagle. It looked like us before this. There's wires everywhere.
What's going on in the school?
And now it's 8:20, 8:25, 8:30. We're already going to have to leave early. So
You get no game time.
So finally, the game, they get it all fixed, and there's a mock cheer. I love a mock cheer.
What's a mock cheer?
That's when you're like this, yay!
Oh.
You know when a guy like walks 3 batters in a row and then throws a strike, everyone's like, oh my God.
Oh, a little facetious.
A mock.
I see.
Cheer.
It's run amok.
Jeez. Well, on my elbow, I had this thing.
Oh.
Remember that when you were a kid and you're taking a nap at school and you do the...
Oh, that was big. I had that on flights.
So, this is a weird episode.
Yeah, we're a little wonky.
Yeah, it's wonky. I think it's Rupert.
Willy Wonka.
But any jizz, game starts a half hour late. Annoying. So I'm like, well, whatever. Then the game gets going, and you're never sure about kids. They start to get into it.
I love it. Thank God.
It's a back and forth game. I think there was like 27 lead changes, and I'm teaching them all the cheers and the things, and I had a thing. Anytime we hit a 3, we yell bazoombas,
Ooh.
which to me means titties, but they don't know that.
That's a fun word.
So then they were hitting 3s, and the kids are yelling bazoombas, which is very fun. It's all exciting. Then it's halftime, and I'm like, all right, maybe we'll leave at halftime. I don't know. I'm trying not to. I got the parents sitting behind me and the kids sitting next to me. So I'm
Sure.
trying not to look at them because I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, well, let's just sit through halftime. Then they come on, they go, halftime show.
Oh, no. Rihanna?
We got the dogs of Seattle. They're called the Fly Dogs.
Ooh, this sounds promising.
Or Sky Dogs. It's a bunch of dogs racing up and down. So the kids shit their pants.
Oh, my God. You're the Funcle again.
It gives them a boost because there's dogs jumping around. Kids
Dog
love
boost.
a dog.
They love dogs. Everybody loves a good pup.
I hate dogs. I'm under the bleachers hiding because I'm afraid to get bit. But
Ah.
they go crazy for the dogs. The Washington Huskies, they're the dogs. So the game continues, and it's just a great game. And I'm looking, I'm like, do we have to leave? They're like, just let them keep going. As long as they're not upset.
Yeah, dogs.
Game goes. We're eating hot dogs. I'm showing them my dog. Wild game, back and forth, up and down. Then there's like 3 minutes left. This is like classic kid shit. My nephew's like, I want to go for a walk. I'm a little bored. And you're like, there's 3 minutes left. It's a 1-point game.
A walk? What is this kid, 90? I've never heard a kid say that.
But I'm like, all right, we'll go for a walk. So I tell them, like, he wants to go for a walk. They're like, do you want us to go? I'm like, I don't care. So I go, we walk down the stairs. We go straight into the gift shop. And I go, let's get some foam fingers. I'm Funcle.
Okay.
I got to keep the nickname. So I get double foam fingers. I give them both to little Joey. He's 6. He's got 2 foam fingers on. They look like
double foam.
big purple dicks swinging off his hands.
Yeah, eggplant.
Yeah, that's my favorite time of year. And so we get those. Then I go looking around. I'm like, I'm going to buy some other stuff. I like to spoil a kid. And my niece, she plays softball. So I find a UW softball.
Ah.
He plays baseball. I get him a baseball, her a softball, and 2 foam fingers. And I say, hey, put them all on my business account, lady.
Yes.
Scans them, scans the baseball. It pops up. Take a guess what a University of Washington baseball costs.
I mean, I'm clueless here. I'm gonna go $38.
Too high.
Fuck.
$17.99. I go, pardon me, I'm sorry. What's that?
I'm not surprised.
That's an $18 baseball. She goes, yep, $18. And I take it and I just went, I throw a frozen rope 40 feet back into the bucket, swish it right in. I'm like, $18 for a baseball? What are you, fucking me?
Well, it's a gift shop. That's how they do it.
A gift shop baseball. By the way, the softball was $12.99.
Oh.
So it's 80 cents to the dollar or whatever.
Interesting,
bullshit.
ladies.
So I go, all right, well, you don't need a baseball. I give him the foam fingers, and I got to give one to your sister. And then he's such a sweet kid. He goes, I think if you give her that, she'll give it back to you.
Oh.
She won't want it. I go, okay. So I give her the foam finger. I got a towel. I'm whipping the towel around, and she goes, can I have the towel? I prefer the towel. So I go, sweet trade. I got the foam fingers. Now I'm driving the bus.
Now you're Batman.
So foam finger. I forgot the best part. So he's got to go pee. He's like, I got to pee a little bit, which is probably what he meant by I want to go for a walk.
Oh, it's all coming together.
So I go, let's go pee. Now, you know me. I can't piss with anyone 300 feet of me.
Especially a kid.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I'm too hard to piss.
Exactly.
So we
They
go
hit
in
the ceiling.
We go in the stall. He pisses, and now he's a kid. So everyone's hammering home. You got to wash your hands.
Ah.
That's the big thing.
And we've never done that.
I don't give a shit about washing my hands, but he,
No.
I'm like, okay, you got to wash your hands.
Never. I have COVID.
So he tries to jump up on the sink's high. He's low. So he's getting the sink. He's like this. He's balancing on his armpits.
Ah, sweet and low.
Trying to soap, and then he just loses it. He slips and falls back, sprawls out on the bathroom floor like this, and a bunch of college kids have to like duck.
Oh.
And I'm like, geez, he's retarded. I'm sorry. My son's got autism. And he's just laying there in a bag of piss and shit.
Oh, there's all kinds of feces and jizz on that floor, too.
And I pick him up. I go, you all right? And he gets this. And I'm like, God damn it, there's 90 seconds left. He's laying in piss. I just wanted to get him a foam finger.
Oh my God, it's like my wife.
And so I got to get down there like a catcher, like Gedman, and I'm rubbing his back, which has piss all over it. And I'm like, you're okay. I love you. The worst is over. You know, I'm trying to do that thing.
And now you're rubbing a kid's ass in the bathroom.
And I go, let me get these foam fingers on you. And I'm like going like, take me to your leader with the foam fingers. He cracks. He starts to smile.
Okay.
I'm like, let's get back in there. Let's bring home a W for UW. And he goes, all right. And he's back.
The Huskies. Good job, Funcle.
It was kind of like the defunding the
police.
Yeah,
Yes,
the kid.
yes.
I de-escalated.
ED-esque.
So I bring him back in there. We run up. He's got the foam fingers. The end of the game, it's back and forth, up and down. UW hits a buzzer beater that ties the game.
Wow.
Overtime.
Oh.
Half-hour delay plus overtime.
What is it, 8:30? No, is it 4 in the morning?
It's like 1 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. They were worried about sleep. But now they're all into the game because it's back and forth and up and down. The crowd's going crazy. They see one of the great games. UW comes all the way back. They win in overtime. Oh, Jesus, I'm missing therapy.
Yeah, we got to get you out of here.
They win in overtime. A great game. We drive home. They sleep the whole way home. They got a bunch of foam fingers up their ass.
Yes.
And I'm the Funcle.
Happy ending. They're going to remember that game forever, mostly because the kid slipped in the bathroom. But still.
I'm so late. I hate being late. It makes me psychotic to be late.
Oh,
Rupert, it's
God.
your fault. I'll talk about you in therapy. Oh, Jesus.
You're
All right.
fine. Say some dates and we'll get you out of here.
Plugs. I just added Tempe Improv, Tampa Side Splitters. Those are in May. My website. I got Tacoma coming up. I got Spokane, San Jose Improv, a bunch of fucking improvs. But Tempe, Tampa, those are coming up. A Wilbur Theater, of course, and a whole bunch of shit. Get on my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. For the love of God, I'm putting a ton of shit up there. And
King of content. New special coming out soon.
a lot of stuff. Movie coming out. Documentary about Tom Dustin.
Ooh.
I have to run. You can read the ads.
I got it.
I'm
Get out of
sorry.
here. Go
Rupert
get...
fucked me.
No, you're
Shut.
good. Go get help. Thanks, folks. Say bye to Funcle.
BetterHelp.com.
Yeah, we'll see you all in hell.
My outfit here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get that Wednesday.
Oh, you going to leave it?
I might get it Wednesday.
All right.
Make sure you lock up.
We're locking up, right, Rupe?
Yep.
Yay, all right. Thank you.
Sorry.
Go get on the Patreon, folks. You got to do it. It's the best Patreon going. We got all kinds of fun stuff. We're actually going to show Joe's therapy session on Patreon next, so sign up. I'm all over the road, marknormancomedy.com. You know where I'm at. I'm in Jersey. I'm in Rochester. I'm in Toledo. I'm in Dayton. I'm in all the best cities in America. That's it. Time to wrap her up. Thank you, folks. Praise Allah. Comedy.